With all the celebration and festivities of this Christmas and New Year season, whether in Canada, Nigeria, Brazil, China, anywhere in the world, there are poor people around the world who struggle greatly at this time. In fact, there's one famous person who said, "You will always have the poor with you." Do you know who that person is? Stay with me to find out. Hello everyone, my name is Diekola. Welcome back to this side of life. And if you're new here, welcome and thank you all for joining me today. You might be wondering that I am in a different location today. Well, I took a quick trip to the UK before Christmas. So I'm coming to you today from the United Kingdom. So in today's video, I wanted to address the issue of poverty at Christmas time. It is said that if you give everybody $1 million and go back to them after 1 year, some of them will be rich and some would have become poor. This seems very unfair because that means that no matter what happens or no matter the situation, some people will still remain poor. And by poor, I mean people who struggle to get even the bare necessities of life like food, shelter, and clothing. There is this misconception amongst many people that when you live in the West or you live in advanced countries, then everybody is rich and everybody is good and there are no poor people. Yeah, there are poor people even in these advanced countries of the world. Like in Canada, there are homeless people and people who do not really have those basic necessities of life. So why are people poor? The saying goes that some people are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. I think about this and I also think that it can apply the other way. That there are some people who are born poor, some people bring poverty on themselves, and some people have poverty thrust upon them. So the people that are born poor are just born into a poor environment and they do not have a choice in the matter. That's just where they are born. And others bring poverty on themselves through their own doing, like maybe they are lazy or they do not take advantage of the opportunities that are around them. Some people have all the opportunity and yet they do not make use of the opportunity and then they find themselves poor. And others, poverty is kind of thrust upon them because of the environment that they find themselves in. Maybe they are not in an enabling environment to be able to get out of poverty or to be able to do something for themselves. Or maybe they have mental illness. As we know these days, there's a big problem with mental health, and many people that are out there homeless or not able to make ends meet, it's just because they have mental health issues. So those are the reasons why I feel like people are poor. Let me know, what do you think? Why do you think people are poor? What are the reasons that make people to become poor or to be poor? Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Then another thing is, how are poor people treated? When people are poor and less privileged, what they need is to be helped, supported, and assisted. They need a hand up and not a hand out, like they say. And certain places in the world do this better than other places. Like, for example, in Canada, the government has social services that takes care of the poor. There are different benefits that the poor or less privileged, those who are under the poverty line, have access to, and they can make use of to alleviate their situation. Meanwhile, in other places in the world, the poor are ignored, they are rejected, they are invisible. And so this is a real problem that needs to be addressed. So my thought today is to ask you, what are you going to do about this? What are you going to do to help the poor, especially at this time of the year? We shouldn't wait on the government alone to help. We shouldn't wait on the government to do something or wait on other people to do it. My question to you today is, what are you going to do? What little thing are you going to do in the midst of your festivities and feasting with family and friends? How are you going to show compassion and remember the less privileged? I know I am also talking to myself. We should all think about what we can do to impact our society, to help the people that are less privileged. Where I am, you can volunteer and give to many different organizations that take care of the less privileged people. Some of them will take care of those who are homeless. Some of them will take care of people who have mental issues. Some take care of people who are on drugs and take them off the streets, especially in the winter when it is very cold. There are other areas as well that receive donations of clothing, of food, of anything, like even your furniture, anything that you do not like, that you no longer need at home, you can donate so that they can be useful to somebody else. So my charge to you today, as we celebrate Christmas, is that you find something that you can do to assist and to help in any way any of the people that need the help in your environment or in your community. Like the Bible says, he that has pity on the poor lends to the Lord. Can you imagine what your reward will be for lending to the Lord? What will be your payback for lending to the Lord? And as you must have guessed, it was Jesus who said that you will always have the poor with you. And so the Lord expects us to help the poor. So I'm hoping that even during this Christmas, as we celebrate and rejoice and give thanks, that we will also remember all those who need our help and who we can actually help. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me again. I wish everyone out there a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know whenever I upload new videos. Until the next time I come your way again, until the next video, you go out and make it the best days of your life. Bye.